So as you guys can see, and as you guys can tell by the title of the video, KSI versus Dillon Danis is official. Fight's taking place on the 14th of January, January 14, 2023, over at the Oval Arena in Wembley, in the UK, to be shown live on the Zone pay-per-view for Misfits Series number 4. No surprise that this fight's happening after what happened at the weigh-in for Misfits number 3. If you guys don't know, they had an altercation where they had a little face-off, and Danis threw a cup of coffee at KSI, which led to Danis getting kicked out of the building. And next thing you know, Anthony Taylor got into a scuffle with him out in the parking lot, which led to Danis getting punched. And while that was going on, I see one of the Sauerland brothers. If you guys don't know who the Sauerland brothers are, they're boxing promoters. I see him out there telling everybody to stop. Nobody's getting paid, this and that. And I was like, what's he doing there? And it made me think, like, I think Danis is the next opponent for KSI. And yeah, he ended up being the next opponent for KSI. It looks like that was possibly all planned for them to see each other at the weigh-in, and to do a little face-off. But nothing has been officially announced at the time. It was officially announced at the actual event of Misfits Series number 3. But yeah, they announced it, and it's happening January 14 on pay-per-view, and I'm sure it's going to be on pay-per-view over in the UK. Here in the States, the last time KSI fought here in the States, or the last time KSI fought, it was pay-per-view here in the States, but for some reason for me, I didn't have to pay for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it was a glitch or what, but for some reason I didn't have to pay. The pay-per-view was like $15, I think, unless somebody that I know that uses my account decided to pay for it, but I didn't get any confirmation email or anything like that. But yeah, it was free for me for some reason. I hope that same glitch happens again, so I don't have to pay for this fight. But yeah, January 14 is the date. KSI, as a professional boxer, he's currently undefeated as a pro, 1-0. That's when he fought Jake Paul back in 2019 in their rematch. In his YouTube boxing career, KSI is 4-0. 1 draw, 3 wins coming by way of knockout TKO. Fought twice back in August against Swarms and Pineda, where he ended up winning by knockout in both fights. Both were considered exhibition fights. I don't know why YouTube Boxer considered those pro fights, but they were not pro fights. And yeah, he also had a boxing match with Joe Weller back in 2018, and the first fight with Logan Paul, which ended up being a draw. And yeah, he's here to fight the big fights, and a fight with Dillon Danis is, at least in my opinion, a big fight. I honestly don't know much about Dillon Danis. I've always seen him on social media because a lot of the people that I follow keep liking his stuff or retweeting his stuff. So I thought he was like a big-time MMA fighter, but then I looked at his record. The dude's only 2-0 as an MMA fighter. Fought on Bellator twice in 2018 and 2019. Both won both fights. And that's it. I thought he was like some type of like former contender or something. I'm not a big MMA guy, so all this time I thought Dillon Danis was like a big shot in MMA. But he hasn't really accomplished much, unless I'm looking at the wrong Dillon Danis here. He has a big following on social media, 1.2 million followers on Instagram. That's a lot. That's a lot. But yeah, he has a big following. Yeah, unless I'm looking at the wrong Dillon. I'm pretty sure this is him, right? This is Dillon Danis, 2-0 as a MMA fighter. That's crazy. How is this guy so popular? Is it because he hanged out with Conor McGregor a lot? Yeah, what made him super popular? Because I know he got beat up by some bouncer. He got knocked or he got choked out by some bouncer. I know like people were making fun of him on that on social media. On Twitter, he has more than 300,000 followers. Um, but yeah, it's interesting. Interesting. So anyway, um, yeah, it's happening January 14th. So tune in, I guess, on January 14th if you want to see it. It's gonna be an entertaining event, that's for sure. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the last KSI event was entertaining. Even though KSI is not involved in actually fighting in this Misfits cards, he's one of the promoters for the events. The events are actually pretty entertaining in my opinion. This YouTube boxing stuff are pretty entertaining. Not in terms of technical, boxing technicalities and all that, but in terms of just watching two guys trying to knock each other out, or two famous guys, two influencers trying to hurt each other. It can get entertaining. So anyway, we'll see how this one plays out. I'll have to watch some footage of Danis, see how good his boxing is, and I'll let you guys know who I think will win as we get closer to the fight. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening and watching, and like always, have a great day. Alright, thanks.